Ladies and gentlemen, the mugshot has arrived. In fact, that image we saw was real. Wow. It was real. It was a photo of the mugshot. And CNN is reporting this is the Fulton County mugshot of Donald Trump. This photo is history in the making. And I'm sure it will be on a plethora of T-shirts and posters. Mm-hmm. I would, you guys feel free to make this. But I think we'll make one. We'll take that image of Trump. We'll put it on a poster so it looks like the Obama Hope poster, but it'll say revenge instead. Ooh.
Yeah.
And I would like to put one of those posters up and probably just, how can we give them out for free? Can we give posters of Trump that just says revenge?
We could just do a mailing.
You could do a PDF and people could print it themselves at all sizes, right?
And then anyone can just take it. That's a good idea. So I don't know. Do we have anyone from the crew listening? They can just make it. And then we'll just publish it and be like, there you go. Revenge.
Yeah.
I like it.
The mugshot is here. And some people were saying the fourth surrender would be meaningless and it would not matter. Nah, this is it. This is the moment. The other ones were slow buildup. Mm-hmm. This right now with the mugshot.
Well, this is unpardonable. So this has the teeth.
I mean, New York is unpardonable. State charges, but it wasn't election related.
Right.
This is clearly political for one simple reason. The most famous man in the world does not need a mugshot. Trump can't walk down a street in Peru and not Trump can be in Utqiagvik, how do you pronounce it? In Alaska. And they're going to be like, Trump. Trump could be in the Aleutian Islands on an abandoned military base. And if anyone walks by for any reason, maybe, the only place Trump can go where they need a mugshot, North Sentinel Island. You can't, there you go.
Wouldn't last very long.
They'd be like, it wouldn't last. But that's the only place in the world, except for uncontacted Amazon tribes, I guess. But if Trump went to North Sentinel Island, they'd be like, who are you? Actually, they wouldn't say English. They'd just be like, what is this? It's some crazy guy.
Did you see his truth about that?
No, what did he say?
Oh, God, it was hilarious. He was talking about, he goes, I have to put up a bond because I'm a flight risk. And he said, well, gee, I wonder, would I possibly be leaving on my plane, my ever unrecognizable plane with a giant branding on it? He goes, no, perhaps I should fly commercial because no one would recognize me there.
Go incognito.
Yeah.
Yes, it was hilarious.
It's dumb.
I mean, this is something Trump proves over and over again, which is that he is the entity in and of himself. He's recognizable and people will flock to wherever he is. The Tucker interview had 100 million views in less than 8 hours.
Yeah, it's at 220 or 30.
It's insane. People want to know what he's doing. There's no way that he would just not be noticed if he tried to sneak out of the country. And also he's running for president, so he probably doesn't want to leave. He probably wants to be here on purpose. I think the mugshot is just for Democrats to fundraise on.
You don't think it'd be a good idea for him to campaign to people in somewhere in South America?
I think he can do whatever he wants.
Does
I just think if you're the America First president, you want to stay in America.
He's going to take a Secret Service detail with him on his flight out of the. I mean, it's just so ludicrous. Why is there a bond? And why is there a flight risk?
Because it intimidates people. And also, this isn't all about government intimidation.
Why isn't the bond higher? That's my current one.
It should be 200 million. If it was a legit bond,
yep, I agree.
It would be 200 million or $2 billion because he really is a flight risk and it's a problem. But 200,000, that's pocket change.
Imagine a mob boss indicted on all these counts, RICO. They would not let him go. Anyone else. And that is not even high crimes. If it's the mob boss was engaged in a criminal enterprise where they were selling drugs, and they were organizing and doing this and doing that, we believe that he's a major flight risk. We're not going to let him out. They'd be like, yep. And the lawyer would argue, be like, how dare you, blah, blah, blah. He's innocent until proven guilty. And they'd be like, we have a preponderance of evidence. Donald Trump's accused of trying to overthrow the government. You'd think for that, they'd be like, we ain't let this guy anywhere. We're going to cut off his communications. He's dangerous. Nope. They're like, you're free to go, sir. Have a nice day. Because it's political. They want to campaign off his mugshot as much as Trump wants to campaign off his mugshot. The danger is if both sides are using civil conflict for fundraising and generating votes, it only ends in one place. You eventually end up with a politician saying, look, they said, vote for me and I will put them in prison. Trump said it first and then didn't do it. Then they said it and now they're doing it. Trump gets reelected, revenge. He starts doing it. Then they're going to say it's illegitimate. At what point does someone say no? And then there's a clash. I got to tell you, I'm looking at these videos and I'm having scary, eerie feelings. What is the legitimacy of the squad car in front of the jail taking Donald Trump in on these BS fake charges? The police in Georgia, my fear is the actions they have just taken. There's a photo of them like Trump's walking out and they're in front of them and things like that. It makes them look like they are illegitimate and they have no authority. I'm imagining this scenario. A police officer imagine this. There's a cop standing on the side of the street. A homeless man walks up and says, I want you to arrest that woman. And he goes, you got it, boss. And then he goes and does it. And you're watching it happen being like, why are you arresting that woman? That's just some random homeless guy. What we have here is, that's my analogy. I don't understand how they can expect to maintain a view of legitimacy of law enforcement when, one, crime is skyrocketing. People are ransacking Nike stores and malls and grocery stores, and they're not arresting these people. With the COVID lockdowns, they punished regular innocent people, and already conservatives were outraged. There's the videos of the cops stomping on the thin blue line flags. Now you have more than half the country, slightly more, that believe this is political and illegitimate, and they watch a police officer engage in plainly political, illegitimate behavior. The only thing now stopping people from disrespecting the rule of law is a fear of violence. That was a large component of it. But there was often, I would say in this country, there was a fear of a respect of authority and a fear of being shunned by the community. So it wasn't just that the cops could assert force over you. For many people, it was. But for a lot of regular law-abiding citizens, it's the wrong thing to do. We respect the police. The police don't respect you. The police are letting criminals run rampant. The police arrested that poor young man in New York who tried to save people on a train. The police arrested Kyle Rittenhouse. They put him in jail. How could anyone watch what they're doing to a former president and think the police are acting in a legitimate way? When I looked at the live video they had outside the jail, and you got the squad car there, I'm just like, it looks like a clown car to me. I don't feel it anymore. I do not feel it. It feels like these cops are derelict. It feels like they are illegitimate, and that worries me because if I'm seeing this now, and I'm not even the biggest Trump guy, I can't imagine what anyone else is thinking about it.
Yeah, it's impossible. I mean, you're the history guy here. Does this remind you of anything else?
Not in this country.
No.
I mean,
what other remind you of other countries?
Yeah,
right?
that's now I'm interested. What other countries? Yeah,
well, I mean, you've got Brazil. You know,
the most recently with Lula and
yeah, I mean, Glenn Greenwald talks about it, and then from my understanding, Korea's been doing it. It's common in Eastern Bloc countries, things like that.
But what about historically? When countries fall into revolution, regime change, war, civil war. I mean, a lot of people have said there are similarities between this and the Spanish Civil War. I think I've heard that the most. That what's going on here tracks alongside the Spanish Civil War more than anything else.
I haven't followed it, so I'll take your word for it on that.
I don't know.
I have to go look myself. I don't know anything about it.
It just seems bizarre that this would be the route that, we take now. I mean, I was reading CNN today and they were saying this is unprecedented. First time in history something like this has happened. You want to say you think that's a good thing? Like, do you think this is the direction you want to take the country? If you're the party that's in power, is this the precedent you want to set? I mean, theoretically, if the scales sit back, if Trump's elected.
Or novel. How many times have you heard the word? That's novel charges. We've never seen
coronavirus.
Novel charges. Never. The RICO Act is novel. Jack Smith is novel, which means we're making the shit up as we go.
Mm-hmm.
Where is any Republican to do the smallest bit? Don't get me wrong. Like federally, we got Jim Jordan saying, I hereby demand with a strongly worded letter. I want to see what you've got in your documents. And it's like, well, she probably crumbled that up and threw it in the trash, blew her nose in it first. Where's the subpoena? At the state level, where are the indictments? Mm-hmm. You've got, you were going to say something?
Oh, I was just going to ask, do any of the, the strong worded letter is obviously ridiculous, but at the same time, does he have to issue it to give her a chance to turn over the documents before he can get a subpoena? Like, I don't know what the
I'm not
legal
sure because
procedure is.
questioning her could be part of the investigation, right? I mean, we want to bring you in and talk to you about what's going on, because how do we determine what we're charging or what we're actually writing out?
Right.
Get your ass over here. We got a problem. Come on up here.
It is crazy that she's not in DC answering questions.
Thanks for watching this clip from the Timcast IRL podcast. Hang out with us live Monday through Friday at 8 p.m. and become a member over at timcast.com for uncensored, members-only shows exclusive. Thanks for hanging out, and we'll see you all next time.